Hello, loves. How are you all? Hope you're all doing okay. I'll change my scene in 1 second. I'm just getting my stuff set up. How is everyone? I thought we'd do some astrology today. Why not? Okay, let me change this over. There we go. You can see me. How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are good. I'm trying to decide whether I want to put like a little something or something over my shoulders because I'm a little chilly. It's cold in the UK. The weather changed so drastically. But yeah, I thought I would do some astrology today just because I've been really craving doing astrology, honestly. So that's what I'm going to do. Should I grab this blanket? Let's do that. Let's just grab the blanket. Why not? We can get cozy. So I did a TikTok the other day and I actually did some astrology on TikTok and I felt very inspired to do more astrology, and I've been feeling a lot better recently, so I thought I would jump on stream. And also I called Cozy this morning and she always inspires me, so yeah. Okay, is the music fine? Yes. Okay, great, perfect. So if you want a reading for your astrology, then do let me know. Join the queue as normal and we can do a reading for you. And I'll try not to look like an absolute cabbage sitting in a blanket. But there we go. That's just me, if you know what I mean. Hello, Cozy. How are you, my lovely? I hope you are well. Well, I know you're well because I literally just spoke to you. Cozy not convinced me, but she inspired me to stream, you guys. She's amazing. I love her. Hello, Jem. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome into the stream. Sorry that I look like a rabid dog today, you guys. Well, I'm not sorry because you guys know me. Unapologetic. Hello, Blessing. How are you, my lovely? Good to see you. How are you guys? So we're going to be doing astrology readings today, which are slightly different than tarot readings. Not by too much. Just kind of, it's a different practice, a different discourse, a different, I don't know. I was going to call it something else, but I can't think of the word right now. But yeah, it's a little different. The kind of questions that you guys ask are slightly different. And rather than kind of like a spiritual practice, that astrology is more of a science / mathematical practice. So that's always fun. But yeah, I will help you guys formulate questions if you're not too sure. So yeah, if you want a reading for your astrology, then please do join the queue as always. And if you do want an astrology reading, just be aware that I will need some like personal information from you, just so I can pull up your birth chart and get your chart basically. But yeah. Gemlock says, bitch, whatever they say to your runway, be comfy. Hell yeah. Exactly. I used to like, when I first started streaming, I used to like make sure I look good, but then I'm just like, can't be bothered. Literally can't be bothered anymore. Sorry if you guys can hear like background noise coming from outside. Don't even get me started. But thank you for being here, Gem. I appreciate it, and I hope you will stick around. Hello, Granny. Everyone say hi to Granny in the chat. Pat071143 is my grandma. Please say hi to her. My grandma's amazing. Hello, Loki. How are you, my love? Good to see you. Good to see you. And welcome also into the stream as well. I know that we spoke before, but this is your first time seeing me stream. So hello, my love. Good to see you. And again, guys, sorry to look like a rabid dog. Also, the lighting in my apartment today is really whack as well. You guys know it's just not a great lighting for me anyway. But I literally called Cozy, and it was like, I looked like I was sitting in the dark. I'm not. I wanna, but no, I wasn't. But it was literally, that's what it looked like on camera, so I just like put the light on. And this light is just not good. But yeah, just existing. Yeah, me too. I'm feeling all right today though. Some of you may know that me and depression are best friends. So I am very up and down with my moods and stuff. The last 2 weeks I felt awful. But this week so far I felt really, really good. So yeah. I actually weirdly I went to the gym yesterday, like in the afternoon. When Cozy called me this morning, she was like, "Please come to my stream," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I was at the gym," which is like really weird for me. Like I normally go to the gym in the morning, but I actually went in the like late afternoon, which honestly just shows like how committed I am to the gym because late afternoon I'm normally like dead, but I went to the gym late afternoon and I love the gym. I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know if any of you guys go to the gym and stuff. Sorry if I'm just like talking about gym stuff that you guys don't care about. But I find the gym very addicting, and also I've been noticing a lot of progress as well. And that's very motivating. Like when I'm trying to work on my arms right now, so I've been lifting a lot of weights, trying to gain muscle on my arm, because my arms are, you guys can see, my arms are kind of skinny, but they are definitely, oh shit, look at her. They're definitely building. My arms are definitely building. But they're normally quite skinny, well, they were quite skinny. They're still not massive. I don't want to get that much, but yeah, I'm definitely a lot more confident with like my arms, and this is why I wear a lot of like sleeveless tops now, just because if you guys haven't worn sleeveless tops, please start wearing sleeveless tops because they literally will change your life. It sounds ridiculous, but it will change your life. So yeah, but yeah, really enjoying the gym at the moment. It's really, really lovely to see progress. Also, thank you for saying hi to Granny in the chat. She loves it, guys. She loves the attention. Granny loves the attention. You hate the gym? I honestly didn't think I was going to like the gym, but I'm genuinely addicted to the gym. When I don't go, I find it very weird. Hello, Lola. How are you, my love? Good to see you. Oh my god. Let's keep the chat PG. Let's keep the chat PG, Loki. You guys have to behave. My grandma's here. You know, my grandma's a Scorpio. Like, she'll read you the house down boots, but, you know, my grandma's here. But yeah, anyway, guys, just for those of you coming in, just for those of you coming in, yeah, she is worse than all of us. Just because I'm calling her granny and grandma, she's the worst. She is, she's a little so-and-so. But yeah, just to let you guys know, for those of you coming in, I'm just doing astrology readings today just because I've been really craving some astrology. And astrology is a little different from tarot if you guys are used to tarot. But you can basically just ask any question you want, and if it's not formulated in like an astrology way, then I can help you do that. Just one thing that I do want to say is astrology is very good for predicting the future. And it's actually, in my opinion, a lot better to predict the future in comparison to tarot. I'm not going to be doing any prediction readings for astrology though, and the reason for that is because that can take quite a long time, because I have to look like into the future to look for specific transits, and they could honestly like be anywhere in the future, so that would take too much time up on stream. But yeah, just ask any questions and I will let you know if I can answer them or the best way to answer them. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Lola. I'm doing okay. I've been through it the last few months. I've been through it. You might have to like if you click on the picture, Granny, there should be like a button that pops up which will expand the window. Um, yeah, it should look like two arrows going like opposite directions. That should expand your window, if I'm thinking correctly. Um, why do all us Brits go on stream and turn Australian? I can do an Australian accent for you if you want, Loki. An Australian accent is one of my specialities, so I can do an Australian accent for you if you want me to. But yeah, join the queue if you guys want a reading. You guys know all that stuff. But just to let you guys know, thank you to Cozy for reminding me this morning. If you guys halfway there anyway, if you guys are interested, and maybe you didn't know, I actually do sell crystals. So if you guys are looking for some really delicious, beautiful crystals, which are not going to break the bank, then do hit me up. I actually do have a load of different crystals. I'm not going to show them all on stream because I have so many. But if you are looking for some cute crystals, which are very cheap, then do hit me up because they are very, very beautiful. If you guys watch Cozy as well, she shows them off amazing. The ones that Cozy has, she actually got them from me. And as she says in the chat, they're amazing quality, and they're very cheap. I can promise you, you're not going to find the same crystals cheaper elsewhere. Don't even worry, Loki. I know what it feels like to be broke. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, just to let you guys know, I do sell crystals. I also have a coffee as well if you guys are interested in booking me for private readings. Or you can tip me over there, whatever you guys want to do. Just as a kind of like a disclaimer for astrology readings can take me a long time to do. So if you do like what you see here today and you want a more in-depth reading, do go check out my coffee. If you want like a full birth chart reading, that takes up to like 3 hours. And that is available as a private reading if you guys are interested, if you want to book me for a reading. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into some astrology readings. Let's see who is up first. Let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud, guys, and I can adjust it. Do you suggest when astrologers post their daily, weekly horoscope, do you suggest we use our... Yes, good question, Lola. That's a fantastic question. Thank you for bringing that up, Lola. Any credible astrologer who writes horoscopes will always write horoscopes for the rising sign. I've said this so many times before, but there is very little that you can predict when it comes to someone's sun sign. If you are wanting to do predictive astrology, one, you have to be reading for rising signs, and two, you have to be using whole sign houses. So yeah, you have to be using rising signs. You have to be, because with astrology, everything comes from the rising sign. The rising sign is basically the root of a person's astrology chart. So you have to start from the bottom up when it comes to astrology. So yeah. Okay, so Cozy, you're up first, my love. Give me all the tea about my love life. Okay. And do you want to know, I'm assuming you want to know kind of like the energy which is happening now, Cozy? Not just for your current, your actual chart, because I've read for you so many times. I'm assuming you're looking about the energy now. Yeah, okay. Also, just let me know as well, if I am pulling up your birth chart, if you want me to keep your information private, please do let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to open your chart up normally. Okay, let's see if I can position this. to look decent on the screen. Okay, is that all right for you guys? You can see a little bit of my background, but it doesn't really matter. And yes, my background is an astrology wheel. Well, a zodiac chart. Okay, perfect. Let me turn on transits and let's have a look. Okay, so just for context for anyone who hasn't seen Cozy's chart before, Cozy is a Scorpio rising with a Cancer moon and a Virgo sun. And she has asked about, sorry guys, let me just turn these notifications off. There we go. So she has asked about her love life. So with love life stuff, we're going to look for the 7th and the 5th house. The 5th house being like dating and sex life and things like that. The 5th house is also like everything that we find pleasurable in life. And the 7th house is our one-on-one relationships. What sex life? The 7th house is our one-on-one relationships. Doesn't have to be romantic, but romantic kind of committed relationship marriages appear in the 7th house. So this is the houses that I'm going to be looking for. I tried to buy selenite for $8 on your coffee and it's telling me it's £20 shipping, even though it says, oh, that's so weird. Yeah, Loki, I don't know if I have you on Discord. I think you are in my group, I think. I'll drop you a message after the stream and we can organize it there. It'll be easier if we don't do it through coffee. That's weird that it's like telling you £20. No, it's not £20. I think the selenite wands that I have, they're £8, I think. And then the selenite towers are like 12 or 15, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to check. But yeah, I'll message you after the stream. Hi, Hungry. Yeah, sure. If you want a reading, just use the command !join. So yeah, we're looking for love and relationships. So I'm looking for the 5th and the 7th house. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the... Okay. I'm going to start off with the 7th house just because the 7th house is a lot more simpler right now for Cozy. Thank you so much for the follow, Gem. Overall, Cozy, you're probably not going to be shocked for me saying this, but there's not a lot happening in this area of your life at the moment. Yeah, exactly. There's not a whole lot happening in this area of your life at the moment. The action which is happening, it's only being affected by outer planets. So in the 7th house we have Uranus, and in the 4th house we have Saturn. So what that means is that when we have an outer planet transiting through a house, it's more long-term change rather than kind of quick snappy stuff happening. So yeah, it's gonna, whatever is changing in those areas of your life, it's gonna be expanding over years rather than months or weeks, for example. So it's not really kind of like any drastic changes. It will be kind of like slow burners. So with Uranus in the 7th house, you're definitely going to be looking at, it feels like to me very much redefining what is important for you when it comes to relationships with Uranus there. It would have been in your 7th house for a good many years already at this point. As you can see, it's just over halfway. But it's really about redefining what you look for within a relationship. Because with Uranus, it's the planet of rebellion. Yeah, exactly, Hungry. It's the planet of rebellion. It's the planet of change. It's the planet of non-conformity. And the fact that you have Taurus in your 7th house, that is going to be a real shake-up for you. Probably something which is going to be quite challenging for you to do, because with Taurus, we know that is the most stubborn sign of the zodiac, and it's like, okay, we're really going to be digging up these foundations which have been here for years. You know, I always like to refer to, in astrology, when I use the word foundation, I like to refer to it as a house. Not an astrology house, but a physical house. It's like digging up the foundations of a house which has been there for hundreds of years. It's gonna be difficult. So yeah, it's really like breaking an ingrained habit. It's gonna take a long ass time. I'm trying to catch up on chat as well as reading. Yeah, Cozy has a massive asymmetrical chart. She's got massive 11th, 12th, and first house themes going on. And she is super psychic as well, so it doesn't surprise me. That's fine, Loki. Astrology is very intimidating. But yeah, that's fine. It's my job to tell you what I see, basically. So don't worry if you don't understand what I'm looking at, because I'm not surprised. Honestly, the first time I look at a birth chart, I'm like, wow, it's pretty. But yeah, there's a lot of learning and research that goes into learning how to read astrology. Hello, Cupcake. How are you, my love? Good to see you. Yes, coffee. I need a coffee. I want a coffee. My Taurus 7 health is slacking. Are you a Scorpio rising as well, Loki? For anyone who is a Scorpio rising, you will have the same layout as Cozy does. When we're using whole sign houses, every Scorpio rising will have the same structure as Cozy. So every Scorpio rising has a second house Sagittarius, for example, and so on and so forth. I don't know why you can't host my channel, Lola. I think if you go onto your channel and go into your chat, it's /host Heather Gemini. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I know you're a Taurus. You're a Taurus sun, right? That doesn't tell me what your rising sign is, though. Could be anything. Also, if you guys are waiting in the queue, I would very much appreciate if you send me your birth chart information. That will be really, really helpful and help the stream move along quickly. Yeah, exactly, Lola, exactly. Both Lola and I are astrologers. If you guys are looking for another astrologer, then please do give Lola a follow. She's amazing. And if you guys are looking for other psychics, give Cozy a follow because she's also awesome. Oh, Twitch disabled hosting. That's weird. Okay. You're a Scorpio sun, Granny. But that doesn't tell me what your rising sign is. I know I looked up your chart before, but I can't remember what your rising sign is. You can send it through DM on Twitch, but ideally, if you can you send it through Discord? Yeah, so send me your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth. That's what I need to open up your birth chart. You're still a very talented astrologer, though, Lola. You know a lot about astrology, more than the average person. So you're still amazing. So, as I was saying for Cozy, there's not a lot happening in the 7th house besides from the fact that she is restructuring and reconsidering what a romantic partner looks like for her. But as I said, because it's Uranus, which is an outskirt planet, it's very much going to be like a long-term goal rather than a short, snappy kind of thing. So for the 4th house, you're too old to remember, girl. What the hell? For the 4th house, Cozy does have Aquarius in her 4th house, and as you can see natally, it's an empty house, so which means she doesn't have any planets. There was no planets in her 4th house at the time of birth for her. But transiting right now, we do have Saturn in the fourth house down here. Sorry, why am I talking about fourth house? I don't know. I got distracted. We should be looking for the fifth house. Sorry, ignore what I just said. Fifth house is Pisces for her, so every Scorpio rising is going to have a fifth house Pisces. And Cozy currently has the Neptune transiting through the fifth house. And of course, Neptune being another outer planet, it moves very slowly. So again, that's going to be another kind of change when it comes to Cozy's fifth house. With Neptune, we look to themes of idealistic and very dreamlike. So during the time that Neptune has been transiting Cozy's fifth house, especially with it being in the sign of Pisces as well, which is very dreamy and spiritual, during that time we could argue that Cozy has been like looking for and dreaming of wanting a romantic partner. And because that Uranus is in the seventh house, it could be a matter of the fact that she's been dreaming of this romantic idealized partner. The thing is with Neptune, it's all fun and games, but with Neptune it can actually leave us very disappointed, because as I said, Neptune is very idealistic. So it could be that Cozy is dreaming of this knight in shining armor coming to sweep her off her feet on a white horse, but then really the person that comes to her into our life is like Bob from next door. So it can be very deflating and disappointing because Neptune allows us to dream big. To leave you on the minion, to leave you on more of a positive note, Cozy, something that I do want you to keep an eye out for is the fact that you do have the moon transiting through the lower part of your chart right now. The moon is actually currently on your IC. So it's going to be coming round into your fifth house fairly soon. Without looking it up, I would say within the next week or so, the moon is going to be entering your fifth house. So that is going to be a time of significance for you when it comes to romantic life, because your emotions are going to become very involved with the things that give you pleasure. You may also find like a spur of kind of emotional attachment to your dating life. Just thinking kind of like what we spoke about this morning, Cozy, you might start to pluck up the courage to do what we were talking about maybe in like a week's time, because your moon is going to be there. But because it is the moon and it is the fastest moving planet, the moon is not a planet, but I'm just going to refer to it as a planet anyway. Because the moon is the fastest moving planet, it's going to be a really quick one and done thing. So it's not going to have an everlasting effect. Oh god. Oh my god, Loki, seriously, that's hilarious. I know, spirit guides always making you do work, seriously. Hell yeah. I did. So for those of you who know, I this is so weird for me to say, but I was a teacher because I'm not working at the moment. But I guess I'm just gonna say I am a teacher, because I don't think once you gain that status you don't really lose it. I am a teacher, and I actually was teaching some astrology in to my students, and I did like research and stuff, just some like more kind of like factual research and things like that for astrology. I was like factually researching like the planets and things like that. And I think, I could be wrong, when I was researching the moon, physically what is the moon, I think it's referred to as a satellite. And I think the reason for that is because of its reflective properties. I think that's why they refer to it as a satellite, because it's because it is very reflective, which honestly is weird for me to say, because when you think of satellite, you think of like metal and things like that. And then I'm just like, oh my God, is the moon actually real or is it man-made? Then it just, my whole kind of like conspiracy mind just starts flicking. You don't think it's for you? Oh, definitely a spiritual teacher, 100. I guess you could say I'm still a teacher now, like a spiritual teacher, an astrology teacher. Because even though I'm not actively teaching, you guys still do learn things from my stream. Teacher asleep, hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, Cozy, that is what I'm looking at in your chart right now. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot going on in that area of your life. But as I always say, I tell you what I see. Thank you for letting me read you, my love. I really, really do appreciate it. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you guys are interested, by the way, something that I do offer on my coffee is I do have a subscription on my coffee, and I write horoscopes every single month for my coffee subscribers. I've been very naughty recently, and I haven't been doing it because I've having some mental health issues. But I am going to try and get back into it. But if you are interested in receiving a personalized horoscope every month, then do check out my coffee, because that is available. I also did do monthly private readings with astrology as well. If you subscribe at the highest tier of my coffee, we had like a little kind of astrology club where we would like read birth charts and stuff. Again, that has fallen off the bandwagon as well because of my mental health, but I'm kind of just putting it out into the universe verbally to kind of like hold me to account. So if you guys are interested, then do check me out on there. And that is something you guys can take advantage of. Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun. We used to meet like every month and talk astrology and like reflect on what's been happening in our lives and stuff, and then like apply it to astrology and things like that. And then I would predict what was coming up for you guys in the next month. Which, just saying, all of the predictions that I made for Cozy, because she is in my little astrology group, and also Cornelia, if you guys know Cornelia, just saying, everything I predicted did come true. So yeah. You have Saturn in the second. Yeah, that's challenging. That's challenging, especially when it comes to finances. But it doesn't have to be challenging as well, though. It honestly just depends on like what else is going on in your chart. That's definitely something that I would look at in terms of like if I was to do like a full proper reading for you, Hungry. It very much does depend on what else is going on in your chart. But Saturn in the second house can be challenging when it comes to finances, but it can also be beneficial because with Saturn, in the second house, it can be a lot about kind of like old traditional values and what things mean to you on like both a financial but also on a kind of internal value system. So it could be the fact that yes, it's difficult for you to kind of like maybe splash the cash a little bit, but the things that you do own physically, you have a lot of sentimental value surrounding them. But again, Cozy, thank you so much for letting me read you. I appreciate it, my lovely. Alrighty, next up is Gem. Gem, my love, if you are still here, please could you send me your details. I need your birth time, place, and date. Thank you, Hungry, for already sending me yours. I have yours. Saturn and Venus in your first house. That seems very challenging. That would definitely be something I need to look at in more detail. Because with planets in the first house, I find that things in the first house very much do depend on what else is going on around it. But yeah, that does seem like it would... They're just kind of psychically going off of what you're telling me, the vibe I'm getting from that. It seems like there's like maybe one or two issues in your life which are very reoccurring. Oh, you DM'd me on Discord. Sorry, I didn't check Discord. Oh, wait. I got Loki's message. Oh, I see. Yeah, the reason why you can't DM me is because we're not friends on Discord. But because you're in my server, you should be able to message me. I'm pretty sure everyone in my server can message me. So maybe go ahead and try and resend the message. Yeah, if you're not in my server, my privacy settings are all walled up. But I think if you're in my server, you can send me messages. Oh my god, there's always sirens, Loki. I live in London. There's always shit going on. I wouldn't be surprised if it was for me, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, you can send them in the chat if you want, Gem. I don't mind. However you feel most comfortable with. Just make sure I've got Twitch open just so I can check messages. Oh, excuse me. Going to London soon. It's alright. London is definitely a better place to visit than to live. It's way too expensive to live here. They're still searching for me, bitch. They're not gonna find me. I'm hiding. They'll never find me. And if they do find me, I've got my little rocks where I can defend myself. You guys know I love to use these as swords. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, London is not the best. My settings are... Okay, do you want to just post it in the chat, Gem? That's really weird that you can't mess... Yeah, Loki's technically not my friend on Discord, but they still message me. That's really odd. Sorry for the window sound, you guys. I need to turn that off. You've been in New York? Oh my god. Yeah, I imagine New York to be like a worse version of London. I can't handle all the people, you guys. London is a shit show. Uh-huh, exactly. Okay, perfect. Let me just... I don't know why I'm just like hugging onto this crystal. This is orange calcite, by the way. It's beautiful. I love the orange color. It reminds me of like a massive orange sweet. It has that kind of like orange sweet color. Also, just saying, Cozy. Just saying. Orange calcite increases your sex drive. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, let me... Oh, my crystal is running away from me. I need to put that on my lap. Okay, I need to add... Okay. Loki. Oh wait, I'm not doing Loki. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Jem, can I just ask your pronoun? I know, sorry, I'm so distracted. I got distracted by the sex drive. Jem, can I just ask your pronouns, please? It has no effect on your birth chart at all. It's just for the stupid website. April 89. Orangeville, Ontario. Well, that sounds like a fun place. I don't see Ontario. Oh, Canada Beach? That's why I can't find it. Thanks, Cozy. Wait, why is it still coming up with American states? There we go. I always get confused with Ontario and Toronto. Like, it takes me a minute to register that that's not America. I didn't say I was a geography teacher, Cozy. I swear to God, my geography always haunts me. I took geography in college and I dropped it because I sucked. Oh, you have endometriosis, Loki? I'm so sorry to hear that. That fucking sucks. You're not the only person I know who has that. Yeah, I fucking failed geography hard. Okay. So Jem, what is your question? What question do you have for me in regards to your astrology chart? If you don't have a question, I can just give you a general reading, or I can read a specific area of your life that you're interested in. Or if you want like a similar reading to Cozy, I can like tell you the energy that you're working with within a particular area of your life right now. Everyone's chart is the same, Loki. Like everybody has the same things. They're just in different places. So, Gem's chart looks more simple because it's more spread out. That's all. But everyone has the same stuff. A general, sure. Okay, so I'll talk through your sun, moon, and rising. For anyone who doesn't know what sun, moon, and rising is, they are often classed as the big three, and they are basically the main signs that you guys work with your kind of personality. We break the personality in astrology. We break the personality down into three sections, which is the big three. The sun sign, which is the most well-known sign. So if people walk around saying I'm a Virgo, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Gemini, etc., that is your sun sign. And arguably, sorry to make you lose your mind, arguably your sun sign is actually your least important sign. Your sun sign often represents it often represents the energy that you learn to step into as you grow older. And it's your most kind of like most outrageous, flamboyant, outgoing personality. Your rising sign is your most important sign, in my opinion, and unfortunately, it's often the one that people don't know what their rising sign is, because your rising sign is based on your time of birth. And if you go around asking people what their time of birth is, they're probably not going to be able to tell you. So your rising sign is the most important, not just because it's your core personality, but it's also because it makes up the rest of your chart. If you don't know your time of birth, you can't really get a whole lot of information from astrology for you, which is a shame. And finally, your moon sign is your emotions. It's kind of like your deep desires, what you need at your core. Not so much as in like food, water, oxygen, etc. It's what you need on a more emotional level. So yeah. For you, Gem, your sun is Aries, your rising sign is Aquarius, and your moon sign is Cancer. So, as an Aries sun, um, especially with, wow, you have Sun conjunct Venus in the third house with Mercury being there also, with a loose conjunction. That's crazy, actually. Not crazy as in like, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's actually really positive for you. Aries are often people who are, they're ruled by the head. Every sign is associated with a part of the body, and with Aries, it's the head. It's also associated with like an animal or some type of like glyph. We call them glyphs in astrology. And for Aries, it's the ram. So you think of a ram. What do rams do? They put their heads down and they charge forward, and that's exactly what little Aries do. The reason why I say little Aries, it kind of sounds patronizing. I don't mean it to be. That is because zodiac signs also can be associated with an age. And for Aries, because they are the first, they are associated with the age 0 to 7. So often, and Cozy's probably gonna, actually no, Cozy's is always dates Aquariuses, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys think about Aries that you know in your life, I actually don't know any Aries. But Aries are often extremely childish. You can have like grandparents who are Aries, and then they'll be like slut dropping on the dance floor or some shit, I don't know. Or rolling around on the floor, some shit, I don't know. But yeah, Aries are very childish because they have a very childlike mind, which is, it sounds very negative. I think that has very negative connotations, but it's not. It makes them very relatable to most age brackets. You as an Aries, Gem, probably relate more to younger people than you do older people, and that is because of your Aries mindset. Something I wanted to pick up specifically for you, though, Gem, with your planet positions, is that you have Sun conjunct Venus in the third house, loosely conjunct Mercury in the third house. The third house is actually the house of communication, and it's short-term communication as well. So day-to-day conversations, as an example. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So you have the planet of communication in the house of communication. So that's perfect for you. And with it being in the sign of Aries, you're probably someone who is amazing at being very outgoing and speaking to new people, and also making like small talk. I can definitely see you as someone who doesn't have an issue with going up to new people, striking a conversation. Hi, how are you? Talking about the weather or whatever. Just kind of the general small talk, chit chat crap. You're probably amazing at that, which I'm jealous. I'm not good at that at all. My sun is in the 12th house. Unless you want to come up to me and talk about politics, religion, spirituality, the seven wonders of the world, I'm not interested. So I'm very jealous of your sun in the third house. But But yeah, that is very complimentary with Aries as well, because Aries are definitely going to be the first people to come up to you in like a party situation and introduce themselves. 100. So yeah. With an Aquarius rising, I always find Aquarius is very interesting because Aquarius is to me, hi, comrades. Yeah, perfect, you got it. Aquarius is a very interesting to me because I always find them, they're very intelligent creatures. And I also do find them very calculated as well. Again, negative connotation, but I find them as they're very Ravenclaws. Any Harry Potter fans out there, Aquariuses are very Ravenclaw. They're very intelligent. They know they're intelligent, and they do have an air of I am better than you. With Aquariuses, they know they have their ways of doing things, and they know that their ways of doing things are the best. So they can be a little stubborn in that sense. But honestly, their stubbornness is of kind of, how do I word this? It's of good means. I'm lacking the word to describe this, but like Aquariuses know that their way is the best because they have tried 110 different ways to do one thing, and the way they do it is the best one that they have found to do it, basically. So if you come up to an Aries and try and change the way Aries do things, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless the Aries finds out that that way is actually better themselves. Then they'll change, but they're not just going to take it off your word. But yeah, they're super intelligent. They're very efficient. They definitely are the people who like plan out their supermarket trips, and they will run around the supermarket in like the most efficient way. And they're also, Aquariuses are also great. Aquariuses are also great, which at communication as well, which is leading back into your Aries sun, Gem. Aquariuses are the people with the connections. Aquariuses are on the down low. The Aquariuses know what the 411 is. They know the tea. Aquariuses know the gossip. They love that shit. They know everybody and anybody from all walks of life. I always love it when I bring up this example when I talk about Aquariuses because it's so perfect. I don't know if my granny is here, but I don't know if she's heard me speak about this before, but this will make her laugh. So my mum, my grandma's daughter, is an Aquarius sun. And she's a little bit like you actually, Gem, in terms of communication, because she actually has a Gemini rising, which again fits perfectly together. But my mom is an Aquarius sun, and she knows literally everybody from all walks of life. She knows people who are in political positions within the UK. So in the country I live in, my mum knows of people who are like in politics sort of thing, but my mum also knows the local homeless person by name. So Aquariuses are amazing at knowing people, and knowing people from all walks of life. They are very much are the social butterfly of the zodiac. So if you ever want connections, be friends with an Aquarius or someone with significant Aquarius placements, because they will know the 411, they will know the gossip, they will know the people you need to speak to. And lastly, you have Moon in Cancer, which speaks to me personally. I'm not a Cancer moon, I'm a Taurus moon, but I do have a Cancer rising. And the fact that you have a Cancer moon is probably very similar to me, but just elevated. Um, you are probably someone who is very emotional, um, driven by emotions, thinks with their heart rather than their head. Which the fact that you are a Aries sun is probably quite conflicting um, with you at times. You're probably someone who is like, I know that I need to do this in my heart. Like, it speaks to my soul. But my head is telling me that this other choice or other thing is more logical and is going to be better for me. Um, Good question, Hungry. I'm not 100% sure. That is something that I would actually have to go and check. But the moon is in a very good position for Cancer because the moon rules Cancer. Um, so yeah, you are definitely probably someone who's very conflicted between head and heart situations. But you are definitely someone who is sensitive, very emotionally driven, particularly because you have Chiron conjunct the moon. So your emotions are probably very closely tied to maybe traumas that you have. Um, they're very much like influenced by one another. You probably are very sensitive because of the traumas, and like vice versa. But also, just kind of an interesting thing to think about is your kind of your struggles, your traumas, your drama, whatever you want to refer to it as. Um, you've probably had that in multiple lifetimes, because Chiron is where we need, it does represent what we need to kind of heal from, and that can be quite karmic and can follow us through different lifetimes. um and particularly the fact that it's conjunct moon, and thank you so much, Lola, particularly because it is conjuncting your moon. um your learning process, the thing you need to learn and overcome, your soul's journey, is probably very closely tied to your emotions. um but besides from the emotional sensitive side of cancers, they are just, cancers are just, they're just little babies. Like, they need to be loved. Cancers just need to be loved. um yeah, they're super sensitive, they need love, they need to be cared for, but also they need to care for others to um feel fulfilled. um so yeah, love and emotions and sensitivity is very important for cancers. um I like to use myself as an example for cancers being little babies, because I'm a Gemini sun with a Taurus moon, which means I can be very outgoing and very like stubborn and confrontational at times. Um, and you know, if I get annoyed, I can be very angry, because that Taurus. But deep down, I have Cancer rising. I just want to be loved and I just want to be nurtured. So yeah, cancers can be very babied. Um, but also cancers can be very, because they are very emotional, their emotions and their moods can be very up and down very quickly. And they can be often very moody as well. Um, I have, no, I was going to say something, it's not relevant. But yeah, they can be very, very moody. Very, very moody. Oh, I see, Lola. I got you. I see. I see. But yeah, Jem, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. That was literally only a tiny, tiny piece of your birth chart that I could have read. There is so much more to say, but unfortunately, I just can't do that on stream because it just takes too long. But just as a reminder for everyone, if you are interested in getting a full reading from me, do check out my coffee. I do offer full astrology readings on there. So yeah, check me out. I'm not sure what the command is, Cozy. I think it's... Oh, yeah, there we go, coffee. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, do check me out on there if you guys are interested in more in-depth astrology readings. You can also book me for tarot readings as well. But yeah, thank you so much, Jem, for being here, and thank you so much for the follow, and I hope you enjoyed your first stream. Guys, before I jump into the next reading, I'm just going to take a quick loo break, and I will be right back. Okay, you lovely people. Thank you for being so patient. Just sorting out the music. It's very quiet. Okay, perfect. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. What did I miss? Oh no, Lola. Okay. So guys, I just checked the time and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't realize what the time was. So I'm only going to take one more reading because it is lunchtime here and the boyfriend is going to get very grumpy if I don't feed him. So yeah, I'm going to just take one more reading today. But I thought I would treat you guys. I got rid of the blanket. I thought I'd treat you guys to a little gun show. You guys can't see. Thank you, Lola. All right. So Loki, my love, you're up next. I will input your data now, and while I put in Loki's data just to keep it private, you guys can look at a picture of a cute panda. There we go. This one's cute. You can look at a picture of a panda while I put up Loki's details. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Cupcake, how is your gym journey going? I didn't realize you started gym. Or I didn't realize you did gym. Okay, Loki. Let me pull up your info. Loki, I'm just going to send you a message. Can you just reply real quick? Panda. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, let me put this in. Bear with me, guys. Just making sure I keep Loki's info private. And you're in the UK, aren't you, Loki? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I typed in your place of birth, and it's just coming up with the first bit, Loki. Do you think that would be okay? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oakley dokley. Here is Loki's birth chart. Oh. Well, I see why Loki and Cozy get along well. Holy shit. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They are opposite, but that's not what I'm looking at. Loki, let me know if you're here, my love, so I can start your reading. No, the thing I'm looking at, Cozy, is the fact that she's a Scorpio rising. Do I need to say anything else? Yeah, I know. I really don't need to say anything else. Oh, she's also a Gemini moon as well. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, really? I'm sure it'll come in time. Are you dieting as well? Okay, Loki needs to tell us what the hell she ordered. Because she's keeping us in suspense, you guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, weren't you always on like a low calorie diet anyway? Oh my god, I cannot with that stuff. Like, I I do use this diet, which is like a low calorie diet. Um, and I'm just like, I don't cheat on the diet. Um, but I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to eat everything because I just love food. Uh-uh. Hello, my love, no problem. You need to tell us what you ordered now, Loki, because you kept us in suspense. Yeah, this is yours. Please, God, if you bought sex toys, keep that to yourself. We're not well, maybe we are interested, actually. Huh. Yeah, maybe. Your brand new gaming chair, hell yeah. Pizza and chicken wings. Nice. Yeah, so basically, you and Cozy are kind of opposite. Like, your charts are all opposite. Which, to be honest, doesn't really mean anything. Because yeah, it doesn't mean anything, really. But what I was, as soon as I pulled your chart up, I was like, oh my god. Yep. I know why you and Cozy get along. Um, and it's because you're both Scorpio risings. And I know I'm gonna get Cozy killing me here. Cozy is gonna like call me on Discord and blast me. But when I picture like two Scorpios together, I picture of like witches around a cauldron, like whipping up some sort of spell to like cast on their enemies or some shit. Like two Scorpios together doing like devious shit to fuck up other people. That's definitely the vibe that you and Cozy are giving off, Loki, 100%. I love it. But yeah, let's get into the hocus. Yeah, the hocus pocus, which is 100 cupcake, 100. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah, that's me and Lola, two Geminis, causing trouble. But anyway, let's get into your reading. So, cupcake. Loki, you are a Taurus sun, as you already know. You're a Scorpio rising, and you're a Gemini moon. Um, the third, yeah, 100. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I'll explain to you why. I'll tell you why. Um, so sun sign being in Taurus. So Taurus is a fixed earth sign. And Taurus is very good at routine, very stubborn. They are very good at this sounds really, really weird to say this, but they're very good at continuing things. They have a lot of persistence. So the way we describe it in astrology is we have modalities of signs, and you have fixed. I always forget these. Oh my god. I always forget one. Fixed, mutable. I'm forgetting what Aries is. I always forget these. Someone help me out, guys. Fixed, mutable, something else. I don't know, I forgot. But basically, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, which means Aries is the fire starter. They start shit, okay? So if you've got like a project, Aries are gonna be the people. Thank you, Cupcake. I always fucking forget. Aries are the people. Aries are cardinal. They are the people that are gonna start shit, okay? And then here comes the little Taurus in the second sign of the zodiac, being a fixed sign. They are the people that are gonna uphold that project. So, for example, if you and I, Loki, were business partners, and I was a cardinal sign, I would start the business, and then I'd probably get bored and or distracted, and then hand it over to you mainly for you to run. So yeah, Taurus is a fixed sign. They're not really good at like starting stuff, but they are really good with like keeping up appearances and keeping up with routine and shit like that. So yeah. But it's interesting that you said to me that you find that your Taurus is more dominant, and that doesn't surprise me because you actually have Mars conjunct your Sun, and Mars is the planet of action, dominance, and getting shit done. Mars rules Aries, and as I said, Aries is the sign of starting shit and getting shit done. Mars is also speed as well, so it's not only does stuff get done, it gets done quickly. So your sun sign definitely has a tiny bit of Aryan energy there as well because of the energy of Mars conjuncting the sun. So I'm not surprised that you find your Taurus traits more dominant. I'm trying to think where Mars is in my chart now. I think mine is conjunct my moon, which is also in the sign of Taurus. So that does make a lot of sense. I'm completely opposite to productive time. Oh, so in terms of productivity, Tauruses can be very lazy. That is a negative trait of Tauruses. They can be very lazy. Me as a Taurus moon, that is in full effect. As I said earlier, moon sign is what feeds your emotions, and Taurus always makes me laugh because what does a Taurus emotionally need? Food. So they can be very slothful, very lazy, need to sleep all the time. How many times do I come into Cozy Stream and I'm always saying I'm tired? But it's because I am. But yeah, Tauruses want to eat and sleep. That's all they want to do. But also another thing with Tauruses is they're very tactile. Textures are very important to Tauruses. Anything that Tauruses can touch is very important. As you can see, I've been clinging onto this sphere for the whole stream. It comforts me and it makes me focus. But yeah, anything I can touch. I'm also, me as a Taurus moon as well, I'm always fiddling with something as well. I can't sit still. I'm always like picking something up, touching it, and, you know, doing some weird shit with it. But yeah, for Tauruses, often our strongest sense is touch. And I know for me, like, just the texture of, like, touching things can almost be quite... Pleasurable is a weird word, because it sounds kind of gross and sexual, but it's not like that. I don't know. Touch, for me, it just feels very strong out of all my senses. It makes me feel very grounded and connected to physical things, and particularly if it's like a material, it makes me feel very grounded. So yeah, Tauruses are very they're very tactile. They also love things of high quality as well. So, as a Taurus sun, you might like the good things in life. You might like high quality textures or clothing or food, for example. But something interesting with Tauruses is that they can actually get down as well. So, on one hand, Tauruses might love to go out to a really nice restaurant. But on the other hand, because they are creatures of routine and they are very slothful, they have no issue with going to the cupboard and grabbing their favorite ramen noodle and eating that for like 10 weeks in a row. They love nothing more than sitting down with, you know, a cheap meal and watching a TV series from start to finish underneath a blanket. You know, Taurus is eating the same thing over and over again every single day. That is normal for them. Exactly, Loki, exactly. And you know, me as a Taurus moon, that's very, I love going to like bougie restaurants. There's a restaurant by my house that I love to go to, but it is pricey and I do only go there like on celebrations. I freaking love going there. But I'm a cheap gal. If you give me some instant ramen noodles, I'm yours. Exactly. That's a key word for Tauruses as well, low key. The key word being binge. Because they are a zodiac sign of pleasure, they often don't know when to stop. Um, so, yeah. So moving over to the Scorpio rising. Scorpio is another fixed sign, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're very, very stubborn, Loki. You've kind of like, you've got your own mind and you know exactly um, who you are, basically, and that's not going to be challenged easily. Um, you have bulimia and a binge disorder. Yeah. Um, I was gonna comment on like Taurus moons potentially having like weight issues. But in your case, in terms of astrology, that wouldn't be relevant. But it does make sense with Tauruses overindulging. That does make sense. And it's actually really interesting that you brought that up, and I'm gonna come back to that in just a minute because I was gonna ask you about something, but I just want to touch on the Scorpio rising first of all. Scorpio risings are very methodical. They are they're kind of like they're kind of like Aquariuses, but they're on the down low. Um, Scorpios are very intellectual. They are very methodical. They know they're the most intelligent person in the room, but they're not gonna let you know that they know. They're gonna keep it to themselves because they might be able to use that as an advantage later on for one reason or another. Scorpios do get a lot of hate. Um, Rightfully so, in my opinion. No, I'm kidding. But they can be very secretive, and they can be sneaky, and they can be a little manipulative as well. Um, exactly, Loki. That's spot on. Yeah, exactly. Being the smartest person in the room but playing dumb. That's definitely Scorpio. Often Scorpios always have an agenda as well. Um, so yeah, it's very much that energy. It's interesting to me that you brought up the eating disorder as well, and thank you for being so candid about that. Um, you have Chiron in your first house, and the first house represents everything about us as a person in terms of personality. But the first house is also representative of the physical body as well. And Chiron is the comet of healing. It's where we need to do the most healing, the most self healing, kind of like the inner child healing, the what's the I don't know why I'm just like forgetting the word. It's because I'm out of practice recently, guys. So excuse me. Kind of like the dark inner healing that we need to do, sort of thing. So for you, Loki, that is definitely going to be in your first house when it comes to your personality, and or your physical body. So the fact that you brought up an eating disorder, it doesn't surprise me. Um, I would also go ahead and say that this might be an obvious statement to make, because one would assume that this would be the case if you have an eating disorder. But I'm going to go ahead and say that your eating disorder controls your life. And more specifically, it controls like who you are as a person. It almost like defines you as a person. The reason why I'm saying that is because your Chiron and Sun are almost oppositional. Thank you, Cozy. I was like, I couldn't find the word. I couldn't find the word shadow work. Thank you. I'm out of practice, guys. But yeah, your Chiron and your Sun are actually almost oppositional. So there is a lot of butting heads when it comes to the person you want to be and the healing that you need to do in this lifetime and potentially through other lifetimes. Um, so I know you said that you have endometriosis, which I know is extremely painful. Um, Eating disorders, chronic pain, etc. Um, so yeah, it does make a lot of sense that you do have Chiron in the first house because it's all to do with the physical body. Just something that I would just want to pick up on as well is that you also have Saturn in the sixth house. The sixth house can also represent the physical body, but more specifically, it represents um, the physical well-being of someone. And this is something that we can go more into detail if you ever get like a private reading with me, low-key, whatever. Um, but with Saturn being in the sixth house, to put it very crudely, it's difficulties with the physical body, basically. Um, Interestingly enough, you do have Chiron currently transiting through your sixth house. So this could be a time of real focus and real healing needing to be done for you, Loki, in terms of your physical health. But a little bit of positivity, which I'm really glad to share, is you do have Jupiter transiting through the sixth house as well right now. And as you can see, it's only recently entered into the sixth house. So you could be having a lot of luck, expansion, and potentially some breakthroughs when it comes to your health. So you could be experiencing some positivity when it comes to your health conditions. Now, don't expect this to be kind of happening anytime soon, particularly because Jupiter has just entered your sixth house. Even though Jupiter is part of the inner planets, it is the slowest moving inner planet. So this is something which is going to occur for you over the next few years. And finally, with Gemini Moon, it doesn't surprise me that you have a Gemini Moon, because Geminis, you probably can tell, me being a Gemini Sun, super chatty, super communicative, and Geminis just love to chat, 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 chat. They can't shut the hell up. So yeah, they're starting to look for problems with my heart. Okay, so talking about like health stuff is very sensitive because I don't want to like panic anyone or anything. There could be issues coming up in the future in terms of that. Please don't quote me on that though, because as I said, it's I can't really do in-depth readings on stream. I would really have to sit down and look at your chart properly, because there is way too many other factors which contribute towards that tiny part of your chart. But it does look hopeful because Jupiter is in that same house. It does look like a breakthrough to me. But with Gemini Moon, Gemini feeding into your emotions, it's very important that your voice is heard. This is something else that I would like to talk to you about in terms of Mercury being in the sixth house as well. It does seem like to me that for whatever reason, you need your voice to be heard. This could be because people have silenced you in the past or undermined your opinions or what you have to say. But it does seem like to me that it's very important that you have a voice and people listen to your voice. I'm honest, I don't know, hopefully I'm not calling you out here. I might be calling you out a little bit. It happens a lot with astrology. But it could be potentially the reason why you are very loud and very vocal. It could be because you are worried about being overlooked. So it could be the fact that you like to overcompensate in terms of being the loudest person in the room, just to make sure that you're not overlooked. Mm. Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that it's in the eighth house as well. See, this is like the level of detail that we could get into. For those of you who are interested more in like how astrology readings go, with tarot, it's very much like I pull the cards, I tell you what I see. But with astrology, there's much more of a connection between the reader and the client. And basically, with astrology readings, it's kind of like a look through of your life. So with Loki telling me that there's kind of like trauma stuff in terms of communication with the mother and the sister, um, it doesn't surprise me with the placement being in the eighth house, because the eighth house is all about dealing with other people's shit. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that's another thing as well with about being a Taurus, low key. It's about being authentic. Taurus is very much a sign of you get what you see. So there definitely is that aspect of, you know, if I'm 100% me 100% of the time, um, the girls can't come for me, you know? So yeah. Sabotage, yeah. Yeah, there is definitely some interesting things that I could say about your relationship with your mother. There's a lot of aspects coming off of your moon. So there's a lot that I could like unpick and talk to you about. But as I said, not something that I can get to on stream, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a little look at your chart, Loki, your sun, moon, and rising. I hope you got something from that, and I hope you enjoyed it, my love. So yeah, thank you for getting a reading from me, and I know that we've spoken in the past, but it's super lovely to see you in my stream. Hopefully I'm gonna start streaming regularly again. I'm trying. I'm really trying. You are so welcome. She's the bitchy Scorpio. Oh shit. Um, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. I am gonna dip now because I'm gonna go and eat some food. Thank you, Cupcake. I really appreciate that. I am trying. It's been tough. But yeah, I'm gonna dip now. I'm gonna go and eat some food, and chill out for a little bit. But before I go, I just want to remind you guys that if you are interested, I do have a ton of beautiful crystals for sale if you're interested. These two are literally just a drop in the ocean of what I have. They are all very good quality. They are super cheap, very affordable, and they're available for you guys to purchase if you're interested. Thank you for posting the coffee and Discord link. Please do join the Discord if you're not already a member. I will do, my love. I'll message you right after this. If you're not already a member of the Discord, please do check out the Discord. And also, if you want to book me for a reading or you want to become a coffee member and receive lots of lovely benefits, please do check out my coffee. And yeah, I will see you guys sometime soon. I'm not gonna say when because you guys know what I'm like. But I promise I am very, really, really, really trying to stream regularly. And I really enjoyed today's stream. So thank you guys. I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. I love you guys. Bye.